In the shadowy corners of our collective imagination, few figures loom as large or as terrifying as the dancing clown Pennywise. He is the stuff of childhood nightmares, a garish, smiling predator who lurks in the sewers beneath the sleepy town of Derry, Maine, preying on its children. We've seen him on the silver screen, a chilling embodiment of our deepest fears. His red balloons a harbinger of unspeakable doom. But the painted smile and the ruffled collar are merely a mask, a grotesque costume for a horror far more ancient and incomprehensible than a simple monster. To truly understand the terror of Pennywise, we must peel back the layers of grease paint and look into the void beyond, into the deadlights, where the true nightmare resides. This is the story of what Pennywise truly is, a being of cosmic malevolence, older than our universe, whose hunger is as infinite as the darkness from which it spawned. Before the town of Derry, before the formation of our planet, before the Big Bang ignited the universe as we know it, there was the macroverse. Imagine a vast, swirling, chaotic dimension existing outside the confines of our reality, a place of pure, untamed energy and consciousness. It was in this primordial void that it was born. It is not a creature in the biological sense. It is a timeless, formless entity of immense power, whose natural state is beyond human comprehension. Its origins are tied to this dark, sprawling macroverse, a place it shares with its eternal and equally powerful nemesis, a cosmic turtle named Maturin. While Maturin is a benevolent creative force credited in the lore with vomiting up our universe by accident, it is the antithesis, a being of pure consumption, entropy, and malevolence. This ancient entity found its way to our reality, crashing onto a nascent Earth millions of years ago in a cataclysmic event, landing in the very spot that would one day become Derry, Maine. There it lay dormant, a sleeping god of destruction buried deep beneath the earth, waiting. It slumbered for eons, biding its time until the arrival of humanity. Humans, with their vibrant imaginations, their deep-seated fears, and their potent life force, proved to be the perfect source of sustenance. Fear, it discovered, was a seasoning. It made the flesh of its victims taste so much better. And so, a cycle began. Roughly every 27 years, the entity would awaken from its hibernation, stirred by some local tragedy or act of violence, and begin its horrifying harvest. It would feed on the residents of Derry, particularly its children, whose fears were more pure and powerful, before retreating once more into its subterranean lair to digest and dream. To interact with its chosen prey, this formless being needed a physical presence, a shape that could walk among mortals. And this is where the genius of its evil truly shines. It is a master shapeshifter, a psychic predator that delves into the minds of its victims and plucks out their deepest, most personal terrors. It doesn't just become a monster, it becomes your monster. For a child terrified of werewolves, it manifests as a slavering beast with silver eyes. For another haunted by the image of a leper, it becomes a decaying, shambling horror. It has appeared as a giant bird, a mummy, the shark from Jaws, and the reanimated corpse of a loved one. Each form is a bespoke nightmare, tailored to maximize the victim's terror, to salt the meal before the final bloody feast. Among all these terrible forms, one has become its favorite, its default guise, Pennywise the dancing clown. The choice is a masterstroke of psychological warfare. Clowns are supposed to represent joy, laughter, and innocence. They are figures of the circus, of birthday parties, of childhood happiness. By twisting this symbol into a figure of predatory evil, it corrupts the very idea of safety and fun. The bright colors, the wide grin, the playful demeanor, all are a cruel mockery, a lure to draw children closer. A monster that looks like a monster is easy to run from, but a monster that looks like a friend, that offers balloons and promises of a circus, is a far more insidious and effective trap. Pennywise is the ultimate predator cloaked in the skin of childhood joy, a walking, talking perversion of everything a child is taught to trust. His existence poisons the well of innocence itself. The town of Derry is not merely a hunting ground for this entity. It is an extension of its will. Over the centuries, its malevolent influence has seeped into the very soil, the water, and the foundations of the town. Derry is a place where adults have learned a terrible subconscious lesson: to look away. They don't see the missing children, or if they do, they rationalize it. They don't intervene when they see violence or suffering. Apathy and willful ignorance are the town's lifeblood, a psychic barrier that protects the adults from the horrifying truth and allows the monster to operate with near impunity. It is the children, those who have not yet learned to turn a blind eye, who can see the monster for what it is. The entity has, in essence, infected the entire town, turning it into its personal larder, where the adults are the unwitting guardians of the very monster that consumes their young. The darkness of Derry is a reflection of the darkness that slumbers beneath it. The true physical form of it, as it exists in our dimension, is a grotesque approximation of what its victims can comprehend. A monstrous, arachnid-like creature of immense size. This spider form is what the Losers Club confronts deep within the sewers in their final battle. It is a thing of nightmares, an alien horror of chitinous legs and multiple eyes. Yet even this horrifying beast is not its ultimate reality. It's just the closest translation our three-dimensional minds can get to its true nature without shattering completely. The spider is a physical shell, a final defense for the real source of its power and consciousness, which exists on a psychic and perhaps even spiritual plane. To kill the spider is to wound the beast, but to truly destroy it, one must confront the madness that lies beyond. This brings us to the most terrifying aspect of Pennywise, the deadlights. The deadlights are the true essence of the entity, a glimpse into its mind and its home in the macroverse. They are described as writhing, destructive orange lights that are both beautiful and utterly maddening. To look directly into the deadlights is to see beyond the veil of reality and witness the cosmic, chaotic truth of its being. The human mind is not built to withstand such a revelation. Those who see them are driven instantly and irrevocably insane, left as catatonic shells, their consciousness consumed by the infinite void. Some are killed outright, their souls seemingly devoured by the light. The deadlights are not just a weapon, they are it. They are the raw, unfiltered source of its power, a force of pure, destructive consumption that exists outside of time and space. When Pennywise opens its mouth to reveal the swirling chaos within, you are not just looking at a monster, you are staring into the abyss itself. The only known force capable of standing against this cosmic horror is the psychic energy of belief, unity, and love, channeled through an ancient practice known as the ritual of Chud. This ritual is not a physical battle, but a psychic one, a contest of wills fought on the metaphysical plane. It requires the participants to join their minds, to believe so strongly in their power to harm the creature that their belief becomes a reality. They must bite down on its tongue in this psychic space and tell it jokes and riddles, their laughter and courage a weapon against its fear-fueled power. It is an act of supreme mental fortitude, a way for the finite human mind to fight back against the infinite. The Losers Club, through their unbreakable bond and shared courage, were able to perform this ritual and wound the entity, proving that even a being of cosmic malevolence is not invincible. Their love for one another became a light bright enough to push back against the consuming darkness of the deadlights. Pennywise, therefore, is so much more than a killer clown. He is a mask for a creature that embodies a type of fear far older and more profound than our everyday anxieties. This is the fear of the unknown, the terror of what lurks in the dark spaces between the stars. It is the chilling realization that humanity is a fleeting, insignificant presence in a cosmos that is not only indifferent to us, but actively hostile. The story of Pennywise is a tale of cosmic horror, a reminder that there are forces in the universe so vast, so ancient, and so utterly alien that their very existence is a threat to our sanity. The clown is just the face it shows us, the simple, digestible nightmare it allows us to see. The true horror, the true nightmare, is the silent, screaming infinity that hides behind the painted smile forever waiting in the dark.